Welcome back to Virtue's Last Reward. This could be the finale of the Let's Play, depending on how long we go and how crazy this ends up going. Regardless, let's exit this room. The door's locked. It says lock. Guys ready? All set here. Go for it. Alright, 3, 2, 1. 2, 3. Stop that. Jeez. One more time. 3, 2, 1.
Huh. It opened.
We should get back to the Floor A warehouse then.
What was that noise? Hey, wait. Did you guys hear something?
What?
You didn't hear it? It came from over there. It sounds like something turning on. See, I told you. The screen wasn't on before.
You're right. Guess it was set to turn on when we opened the door.
It looks like an authentication screen. I think we need to put in an ID and a password.
Yeah, but what?
That's why I noticed the illustration. The line is eating the sun. The line is eating the sun. And to Mori, remember death if the ninth line ate the sun. It's everywhere! They did dang put it everywhere! Oh, but hey, this line only has one head, eating the sun. The other one had two. Oh, of course. This was the real ninth lion. But if that was the case... Memento Mori. Remember death. Well, I'll just say, it's not the password we used before. Memento Mori, though. Someone died. Akane died. Me remembered. Now what's here?
Sigma, look!
There she is. You're...
Akane.
Yup. Yup.
Her name is Akane Kurashiki. I've been looking for her for a very long time.
He walked towards her, slowly, carefully, almost as if he was afraid of scaring her away. He reached out.
She's a hologram.
Timoji squeezed his eyes shut.
Akane.
He closed his hand around empty air and let it fall to his side. There was a moment of sad silence. Then she began to speak.
I see you finally arrived. I've been waiting for you. Well, I suppose that's slightly inaccurate. What you see now is a holographic message I recorded before you came here. Unfortunately, this means I will not be able to answer your questions, at least not directly. I hope you will understand. Now, where to begin? You probably have a great many questions.
Yeah? Probably.
What day is it? Where are we? Who is Zero? And what does he have to do with Akane Kurashiki? But I imagine there is one question that rises above all the others. Why were we brought here? The answer to that is simple. Everything that has happened here is part of our plan. All of this was required for the success of the AB project. I assume you've heard the name by now, at least. In any event, you are all needed in order to execute our plan. The nonary game was necessary for the same reason. Your question now, I imagine, is just what is this AB project? The answer to that is also simple. Allow me to explain. We created the AB project for one purpose: to transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi.
She's gonna take us back to the past. But we're not playing any crappy games. No, no, no. What do you mean, the past? Then once the words were out of my mouth, I realized no one there could answer the question. Not Phi, not Tenmyoji, and certainly not a pre-recorded hologram.
Have you figured out what this room is? I assume you saw the Q on the door. It stands for quantum. That makes this the quantum room.
Took me a moment to realize she changed subjects without even pausing. There's nothing we could do, of course, but I still felt a twinge of frustration.
Take a look at the rear of the room. Do you see that large enclosure? That houses our quantum computer.
Oh,
The systems that control this entire facility run on that machine. That includes the construct you refer to as Zero Junior, as well as the goals.
Zero Junior.
All of them do their thinking
Sorry.
in that box. Isn't that strange, though? It seems contrary to how we perceive the world. The body, the thing that you see and interact with, is somewhere else. But the mind and all its thoughts are in this box. Perhaps it isn't so strange, though. Perhaps humans are the same, with our minds and thoughts existing separate from our bodies. Our core is in our head, of course. We all have individual brains, think individual thoughts, and act according to individual wills. That makes communication difficult, though. So, we're forced to rely on inefficient mediums, like language, photographs, non-verbal cues, etc., to transmit information. Each one of us is an individual, and we have no direct connection to anyone else. But is that really true? In the dimensions we are most familiar with, yes, it is. If we look at things from another higher dimension, however, we may all be connected after all, like the branches of a tree or a rhizome. Imagine a horizontal cross-section of the root system of a large tree. All you can see are the spots where the roots intersect the plane of your cross-section. In the two dimensions you see,
it's just like the puzzle in the control room.
individual things with no connection
It all
to
comes
one
together.
another. But this isn't the case. If you expand your view and look at the root system in 3 dimensions instead of only 2, you see the truth. All the roots join together at the trunk. In 2 dimensions, they appear to be separate. But if you look at the roots from a 3rd higher dimension, you see things that might appear to be separate from one another in 3 dimensions could be connected to one another if you look at them in 4 dimensions.
And so on and so forth.
Doesn't that at least seem like it could be a possibility? I believe that is how human consciousness actually works. Well, I'm not the only one, I suppose. Zero and I share that belief.
Morphogenetic field theory.
Yup. Tenmyoji mumbled something that sounded like nonsense. I opened my mouth to ask him what it meant, but Akane was already talking again.
Now, when I talk about a 4th dimension, I'm referring to the 4th dimension used in Minkowski space-time. Let's start with a single dimension, where all that exists is a point. Connect points to one another, and you have a line. In one dimension, the only surface you can create is that, a line. But move to 2 dimensions and create more lines, and you can create shapes. These are 2-dimensional surfaces. Move up to 3 dimensions, and you can connect these shapes to one another and form 3-dimensional objects. Now you have a 3-dimensional surface, which encompasses a volume of space. Connect 3-dimensional objects to one another, and you formed a 4-dimensional object, which encompasses a volume of both space and time. It is on that 4th-dimensional axis that our minds are connected. If that was true, then what would prevent anyone from sending their consciousness backward or forward in time? That theory is the foundation of the AB project. The A represents after,
Apple. Oh.
and the B represents
Banana.
before.
Oh. So it's not Apple and Banana game?
Probably sounds silly to you.
Oh.
A ridiculous story made up by a mad old woman. But look at what's happened to you. You've seen many different worlds and timelines, haven't you, Sigma? And what about you, Phi? I know you have too. Am I wrong? Tenmyoji should know what I'm talking about as well. I believe you experienced something very similar nearly half a century ago.
Half a century ago.
You sent your consciousness to the past to help save a little girl's life. It was a long time ago, but perhaps you still remember.
Yeah, of course I do. How could I forget? That little girl was you, Akane.
Suddenly felt like Phi and I were outsiders, trespassing on something we had no right to see. Temyoji's face was taut with emotion as he looked into Akane's eyes. It seemed almost like she was looking back at him.
Now, unfortunately, my time is up. The final stage of the project will begin very soon. I need to go prepare. The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting. One last thing. The cat in the box. Is it alive? Or is it dead? Sigma? Phi? You will decide its fate. Goodbye.
Wait! Akane, wait!
Oh, Tenmyoji. I can almost see you. You don't need to worry. Everything is going to be okay. I will see you again one day. I promise. But I'm going to have to ask you to wait just a little longer.
Wait! Akane!
And then she was gone. Temyoji collapsed to his knees, his back hunched and shaking. I saw tears land on the white-knuckled fists he pressed against his thighs. I kept quiet. What was there to say? Fine, I looked at one another and nodded silently. With a shaking hand, Temyoji pulled a photograph out of his pocket. It was a picture of a girl. After all that we'd been through, her smile was enough to break your heart. So, yeah. So that happened. We made our way to the warehouse on floor A and met up with the others. Took only a few minutes to decide to head to the infirmary. Oh boy, I don't think we're gonna explain anything to the other guys. Whew. Yep. As soon as we arrived, we began to treat Alice and Quark for Radical 6. Gave Luna the accelerator that I'd found in the queue room. She quickly repaired it and... injected Alice and Quark.
Goodness. It will take some time for them to recover completely, but they should be fine. Good.
Indeed.
Thank you, Luna. And thanks for finding the medicine, you guys. Thank you so much.
Whoa, whoa, weird smile there, Clover. Whoa, hold on there for a second. Don't sweat it.
No need to thank us.
Tamayoji said nothing, just walked over to Quark's unconscious body. He took the small boy's hand in his own and held it tight. I could see tears at the corner of his eyes as he turned away from us. Looks like we're getting the good ending with this one, huh? Suddenly I remembered. Dio. Where had he gone? Didn't take me long to find him. Nope. He was sprawled unconscious on the floor beneath the sink. Hey, taste of his own medicine, huh, Dio buddy? Handcuffs.
Oh, we found those in the crew quarters. Before you returned, we went to check on the bomb in room 2, and we found them there. Of course, the bomb was indeed turned off. Thank you again for dealing with them. You are, quite literally, lifesavers. You have my eternal gratitude.
I coughed awkwardly and looked pointedly around the room. Glanced over at Fi to see she was doing the same thing. And then everyone clapped. So what do we do now? We just do the AB game over and over? Just ally everyone? Just keep doing it? After that, we head back to the Floor A warehouse to play the AB game. Specifically me, Fi, Kay, and Luna. Clover and Tamayoji decided to remain in the infirmary, just in case something happened with Alice, Quark, or Dio. Luna would represent Clover's team. Quark and Dio sleeping, Kay would represent their team by default. Left me, Fi, and Tamayoji. You should vote.
No, I'll let you handle it. I chose Betray in the last round. You probably don't trust me right now.
What? It doesn't matter now.
Excuse me. I apologize for interrupting, but I think you should be the one to vote in the next round, Fi.
Why?
You already have 9 BP. There's no reason for you to choose Betray now. You see?
Hey, you're acting like I might actually try and betray her.
Not necessarily.
What does it matter what he's suggesting? We're almost there. We just have to play the AB game 3 more times. Then we can all get 9 points. But that means each representative has to choose ally all 3 times.
We're finally at this state of the game. We can finally do the thing we mentioned. Easy as that.
Okay, I'll vote. You sure you're alright with this, Sigma?
Yeah. I trust you. Hand her the star key.
Shall we open the doors?
Let's go and do it. Well, hey, look at this. What could possibly go wrong now?
Ambidex gate has been opened.
Everyone's alive, even Dio.
Minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Oh, right. We have to wait for the deadline.
Oh, well, we could vote earlier, but then each voter would be stuck inside the AB room for 45 minutes.
Okay. Let's go back to the infirmary then.
I agree. Please, lead the way.
Luna and Kay set off towards the yellow door. I was about to follow when...
Hold on. I just remembered something.
What, there's a number -1 bomb? Oh no!
The AB room on the left. In one of the other histories, she...
Oh, yeah. You're right. Akane's body was in there. What does this mean? Why didn't we find her body this time?
Maybe because she wasn't murdered.
But how? When did history change? She's alive in this one, isn't she?
Do you remember what Akane said?
The cat in the box. Is it alive? Or is it dead?
We have to find her. Schrodinger's cat thing.
Exactly.
I wonder what she meant about us deciding its fate.
Perhaps she was saying her own fate wasn't decided yet.
Huh?
The history where she's alive and the history where she's murdered are both real right now.
What? No, that's impossible. You've already opened the box. We opened the door to this AB room, there was no body.
No, we haven't opened the box. We haven't found a body, but we haven't found her alive yet either. In other words, we haven't actually observed her. The hologram was a recording from before this game started.
The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting.
Where is Akane now? Where is she waiting for us? Or what if she wasn't anywhere now? What if she was waiting for us in another timeline? Or what if she was waiting for us in the past? Was that even possible? If she was, what would that mean? To be continued. You don't think we're just gonna end the game like that easy, right? Right? Come on, man. This is Zero Escape. There's more nonsense to be had. We're back before the game started. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Dang it. Feels like my head's gonna explode. Wait. Where the heck am I? Looks like an elevator, but...
No, this is one of the AB rooms.
Gah! Who the heck are you? What the heck's an AB room?
Damn. I guess you did lose your memory after all.
Memory. Memory. I remember. You're Phi. She grinned. When is this?
Check your bracelet.
It's a red pair. BP is 3.
Mine's the same.
Does this mean this is the beginning of the game? We've gone back to when we first woke up in the AB room.
No, not quite. I think we woke up a little earlier this time.
How do you know?
Push the buttons on the side of your bracelet.
2 hours. 15 minutes.
We didn't wake up this long before the primary doors opened last time. I think we're about an hour early.
Wait a minute. If you're right...
Yeah, Akane might still be alive. We got back before Dio killed her. I think.
Then...
Right. We're here for one reason.
to stop her from getting killed.
Exactly.
Let's move. We need to get out of here fast.
Don't need to tell me twice. Let's go.
Well, time to do the first puzzle of the game. Alright, let's see. Remember how to do this puzzle? That's to work around. I'll try and get the... We don't need to look there. This is our past, remember? That means we're just repeating history. You see what I'm getting at? The password for the safe should be the same one we got earlier. Exactly. Now hurry up and open it. Yep. Screw doing the puzzle. You remember the password for the safe. Figured it out last time. Once the password's been found, it will never change. Going back to the past or changing timelines won't alter it. True that. Let's see. What was this one? Yuppers, we opened the safe. Okay, I opened it. No! That's the wrong password. We need the other one to get the key. No, sorry. Anyway. Here's the key. There, it's open. Good work. Hurry up and grab the cracker. Cracker? Ah, dang, I meant key. How the heck? Just shut up and do it. Vi, you can't repeat the bit again. Gotta stop that. Alright, let's put this key in here. For God's sake, just do it already! No need to yell. Alright, good. Looks like that worked. Ready, Fi? What do you think? I know. I don't need to ask every time, right? Then why the heck are you asking? Hurry up and... Right. I'm going. 10, 9, 8, 1. Done. We did it! Hey! You pushed the button! Bite me, you're taking too long. We're on a schedule here. Ugh. Every second we take is one more step Dio's taking towards Akane. Fine, I climbed up through the hatch and out onto the top of the AB room. Took us only a moment to spot them. Akane! I wasn't joking about the one more step towards Akane thing, by the way. Behind her was Dio. He was moving quickly and quietly, a knife glinting in his right hand. Ah, crap! There's no time to yell to her. I scrambled down from the top of the AB room. Fi wasn't following me. When I looked back, she's still standing on the roof. Fi, what the heck are you doing? Get down here and... Before I could finish, she moved. Ah, she's gonna do the not Superman jump. The not superhero, because she's not... She ran across the roof, launched herself into the air. Hi-ya! Yeah, get him! Knocked out cold. What the?
He's fine. Just unconscious.
I bent down and held my fingers in front of his mouth. He's still breathing.
I don't think he saw me. He probably has no idea what happened to him.
Guy went down like a sack of potatoes.
He had it coming.
I heard footsteps come to a stop right in front of us. It's Akane!
So you came. I've been waiting for you. You're here to hear the rest, right?
Wait. Just wait a minute. What the heck is your deal? How can you be so calm? If you hadn't shown up just now, you'd...
Have been stabbed in the heart by this young man and died. Yes. Although, that reminds me, I haven't thanked you yet. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate you saving me.
That... what?
Hold on. How do you know about being stabbed by Dio? Are you an Esper too?
Yes, indeed I am. I am able to jump through time, just like you.
Then what the heck were you thinking? If you knew he was gonna stab you, why were you going to let him do it?
Because I had to.
You what?
Think back. Why are you here? If I hadn't been killed by Dio, no one else would have been murdered. Consequently, your own abilities would never have manifested. I did explain, didn't I? The purpose of the AB project was to send the two of you to the past. Or your minds, at least. In order for that to happen, some death was necessary.
Jeez, Akane. What happened to you? Yikes.
When a human brain is faced with danger, its processing speed increases. Information is processed more quickly, and time almost seems to slow. A few seconds can feel like an eternity.
Yeah, this was the part of the morphogenetic fields that hasn't been brought up yet. This was the reason for, like, a lot of the time-sensitive stuff. Like, having people be on a timer. The reason why we wait until the last minute for stuff. Okay, that might just be Sigma, but, like, this is the reason. So, like, the memories stick and stuff.
Unfortunately, that in itself isn't enough to send oneself through time. The amplitude of the consciousness is simply too small. In order to increase the amplitude, we need to slow down the brain before the increase happens. It's a little like a slingshot. You pull back on the rubber band and then let go. The potential energy you stored in the band is released and converted into kinetic energy. That's what fires the bullet out of the slingshot. Now, while a slingshot can only fire in one direction, your mind isn't similarly limited. When the bullet of your consciousness is fired from the slingshot of your brain, it travels past the three-dimensional world and into the four-dimensional one. From that perspective, time is no longer fixed. In other words, you can travel to the future, the past, whenever you like. Your consciousness has been released from the three-dimensional cage. In order for that to happen, I had to infect you with Radical 6.
Yup. Whoa, what?
We're infected with Radical 6?
Yes.
Because your brain slows down.
Don't you remember, Sigma? Luna should have told you about it in another timeline.
Are you sure? Infecting all of these people with such a horrible disease?
Every single one of you has been infected. Well, apart from Luna, of course. Unfortunately, it was necessary. We needed to slow your minds in order to store up your potential energy. Then we provided a dire situation that would accelerate your processing speed. The result is what you are now experiencing. Your consciousness now occupies four-dimensional space-time. Even that, however, wasn't enough. You had the ability to travel, but your memories could easily be lost during the trip. If the project was to succeed, you had to be able to retain everything you learned in each reality. That was the reason you were forced to jump so many times. With each jump, your ability to remember improved. Eventually, you would be able to retain everything. That is why we made you play the AB game. That was why you had to select different chromatic doors. By forcing specific choices, we could cause you to make more jumps.
So, yep, the flowchart is diegetic in this game. You're supposed to do this. This is intentional. By the game. By Akane. It did this on purpose. It's a diegetic flowchart. Yuppers. I get it. I think I finally understand. Well, okay, there are a lot of things I don't understand, but all of what you've just told me makes sense. You did all of this so that Fine and I could jump through four-dimensional space with our memories intact. Right?
Yes.
But why did you need us to do that? People have died for this. I mean, let's count how many different ways people died. Murder, antimatter explosions, suicide. I've died, so has Fi, so have you. So why would you do all this? What's it matter that fine I jumped through time?
Haven't I told you? Death was unavoidable. You are all destined to die.
I mean, most of us do die in the end. That is true, but like, what do you mean specifically?
Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
I already know all that. What I'm asking you is why? What is so goddamn important that's worth all this?
Ah,
What do you mean, ah?
I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
What? Just when is eventually?
In a future not very far from now.
Next Sunday, AD? Bull crap! That's not good enough. Why can't you tell us now? Instead of answering, Kane knelt down next to Dio and picked his knife up off the floor.
I'm going to keep this with me.
Don't change the subject.
But it's almost time.
What are you talking about? You got plenty of time.
No. In a few moments, you'll return to the original timeline.
What?
This is the way it has to be. Don't fight it. Logomorph.
Yes.
Logomorph?
You call him Zero Jr. His official designation is Logomorph. Logomorph, this is an order. Unlock my bracelet.
Compliance.
Now, everything is in place. I have put the bracelet onto Dio. All we have to do is place his body in the 5th AB room, the second one from the right.
That's the one Quark is in, right?
Correct. I will move him. I will also put your bodies back into the 3rd AB room. Once that's done, I will reset its puzzle to an unsolved state.
Why do you need to do all that?
To recreate the history that you remember. Your consciousness is about to leave your body and return to the future. Your body will be emptied, and your other consciousness will jump back in. If your bodies aren't back in the 3rd AB room by then, it would be bad.
Snake, you've created a time paradox.
So you're saying some version of us is going to wake up in that room and repeat the same history again? Well, I guess this could actually be our 2nd or 3rd time.
You are exactly correct. Lastly, I'm going to leave this with you.
She paused and pulled something out of her pocket. There was a small key attached to a string.
I'll tie it onto your ankle so that you won't lose it. All right, Sigma?
What's it say on there?
Tu fui ego eris.
We've heard this before. Or rather, we've read it somewhere before.
It's Latin. It means, what you are, I was. What I am, you will be.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do with it?
It will help you meet someone who's very important.
What?
Go. Return to the future. You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you. Now hurry.
Wait! I still... To be continued. Let's see. Let's go here. Yep, we're back here, but further down. I think we'll end it here. Because We're in the end game. The next episode, or rather the finale, is gonna be a lot. I hope you watch it. Hope you enjoy. I'll see you guys next time. You better be there. You're gonna miss the ending. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be Zero Escape. See you guys then.